Hi everyone, this is Kinga and I'm very happy to welcome you in this new year and in this first week of January that when we are getting our session together. And today I brought you the message from my guides again, and it is a very cool one, I think. And I'm going to share that with you in a minute, but I thought it was very nice to listen and hear this message, not just with the focus of this week, but for the whole year, because this is going to be very probably life-changing year again for many people. We have been preparing, shedding, transforming a lot of things within. It's not entirely done yet, so as I already shared with you, the turning point is expected to be around middle or end second half of February, March. So, as you know, I'm also welcoming the new year with a calendar, but truthfully, it's going to be coming by the equinox in March. So we are still in that purging, shedding, working with the shadows phase, but I think more and more of you are feeling something of the new, are seeing the energies shifting and changing, and yeah, this is where we want to focus on. This is what we want to get more of, yeah, with that in mind, I'm going to just read out my message, or my guide's message for you. Whatever you do adds to the creation with a capital C. That is the only law of this universe that we would like you to remember, even if you forget about everything else. For this is what you will be able to see at work in your very human everyday life. So again, whatever you do adds to the creation. That is what they want us to remember. You will create more efficiently, quickly, and in a more tangible way than before. You will see how your thoughts immediately structure your feelings, emotions, and your whole environment. You will very clearly experience how the small choices will change the trajectory of your day or your whole entire week. You will see how a true heartfelt desire whispered in the ether will come back to you in a very material shape and form. How a wish or a prayer will bring opportunities almost right away. This is the power of humans that we have been talking about for so long, so many times. The creative power on earth that you had been forced to forget. This might be scary for some of you to see unfolding, but just remember, by practicing, you'll get the hang of it soon. You'll find your unique, specific way to use this creative power to manifest in your own individual life and for the collective. Where you put your attention and energy, that is what you create more of. That is what you strengthen. Therefore, with all due respect for the happenings in your world, try to stay pragmatic and brief with the follow-up on the news and with the preparation for potential difficulties. And spend the biggest part of your time, and most importantly, of your emotional energy, to focus on what's beautiful, lovable, and exciting around you. and consciously connect with people who choose to do the same. That makes this new way of creation easier and more natural. We will be talking about this a lot more this year. There is only one thing that we'd like to share in this space right now. The state of your nervous system is key in this process. With a shift, body and mind, you'll be with a stiff body and mind, you'll be trapped in the fight or fright and freeze mode. From here, it is almost impossible to create beauty and harmony. Your world will be full of chaos, mirroring the state of your nervous system. However, with a regulated, flexible, and softened heart and body, the world that you create will be full of joy, coherence, and health. With this in mind, we wish you a great start of this new year. So I find this so very exciting, and this is actually something that is much aligned with my own wishes for this year, to practice and experience more of this creation. It's been beautiful how the last years have proved that for me, and how I experienced that myself, and I know that many of you are feeling the same. And regardless of what's going on right now, we need to remember that what we see right now in the material world, in the physical world, in our societies, that is the result of what had been created before, with thoughts, with beliefs, with that racket nervous system that the guides are also talking about. So don't fall into the trap of following up too much and hanging on too much on what you see right now, because of course it has an impact on all of us in the short term. But there are people here, and I'm sure that in this community the majority of people are the dreamers, the creators, the ones who are here on this earth to envision things into the future, to create things with their thoughts, their mind, their heart, with their energy. And what they are also talking about, and what if you go out and listen to astrologers or any spiritual guides, practically, even you don't need to be in spiritual world to recognize that how the pace of the world has changed, and that of course impacts how energy works and how the manifestation processes has fastened up. So it is important to remember that and to play with it. Okay, so and experiment with that in small bits and pieces. So maybe you have a little choice in a day where you can decide if you want to sit down and work on your project right away, or before that you go on a walk. And let's experiment with that. Let's one day choose one of the things and the other day choose the other thing, and see how that changes your mood, your environment, and everything, the rest of the day, and even the output of your work. So and this is very individual, that I also wanted to add, and what I'm also hearing from this message, we need to practice not only because it has to be repeated to be really mastered, but it's also important because we need to find our unique way. So that is what I'm sharing with all my clients and all the people I work with and my students, and try not to believe anything that anyone tells you it should be done in this or that way. Maybe a certain method, a certain technique, or even healing way works perfectly for some of your friends, and will just not resonate with you and will not work for you because that is not your way. That is not your truth. Try to detach from, even in this spiritual world, try to detach from whatever everyone is saying and all the information that is that surrounds you, right? And try to really listen in and find your truth, your way. So from the messages, for instance, that I share with you, just take away what resonates. Maybe that's just one word. Maybe there's nothing today, and that's all right, because this is not what you need to hear. There's no real input for your process. If you cling on something that I share here or anyone else around you, because it sounds so smart, because it comes from a person you usually trust, or a source you trust, or you look up to, whatever, only trust that information and follow that information if that is if that resonates, if that tunes with your frequency. Right, so with that said, I hope you will go back and if you need, and listen to the message again and again, but yes, it's all about creation. It's all about practicing that, how to shift from one reality into another in a few minutes or seconds, how to discern. That is also something that I like to talk a lot about, how to discern what really belongs to you, what happened, what is your part of your story, your personal story, that you need to work with or weave with, and what are the things that are, as you are a sensitive person, so these things that are going on in the world, these energies are going to find you and will impact you in many ways. Maybe you wake up in the middle of the night with anxiety and you have no idea what's going on, or you look around, like my little daughter said yesterday, "Mom, what's the problem? I feel so unbalanced and shaky and edgy, but I don't really understand because everything is okay and I have people and things around me that I love, and I don't understand." Yes, because it doesn't belong to her, it doesn't belong to us, but we are part of this system, we are part of this energy field, and we especially as sensitive people, we cannot help but feel everything, and there's a lot of times what helps in my practice or in my experience, what helps the most in this situation is to really move through that wave of energies flexibly, in a soft way, and just allowing it. And when I say move, I literally mean moving. So moving your body. Sometimes, actually, almost every night, I wake up these days, and I'm not even sorry, something just came up. So I'm not even um, awake completely, but I find myself moving. I find my hands moving, and my body moving, and fingers, and arms, and I'm like in a healing session, where sometimes I can connect thoughts to that, what I'm working with. Sometimes it's just working with something that is around me, or that is in the spheres. It is very soothing. It is very helpful in a way that whatever I wake up to, it goes away quite fast and quite quickly, and I don't attach myself to it. So that is something that I would like to suggest you to practice, and even today's little practice or meditation. This is something that I would like you to try. So whilst we're calming our mind, we don't pretend that everything is calm, because things are everything but calm around us, right? So for me, in these situations, it actually feels like a resistance to the fact that things are rapidly moving, and things are rapidly changing, and we are in a full-on chaos. We don't want to resist it. We don't want to fight that. We don't want to fight that with pretend calm, right? We want to transform that. If you remember, and if you watched the video of the Tonglen, we want to transform the negative, the chaos, the unwanted or unhealthy, disharmony into harmony. We want to transform what is discoherent into coherence. Okay, and the body is it's a beautiful tool to do that. So let's try it for a few minutes. Let's just take a nice seated, or you can also lay down. I'm just gonna take a sip of water that I suggest for everyone. And yeah, you can close your eyes, or you can choose just to stare into the space around you, and maybe just rest your eyes on something that you see there, and hopefully something likable that you can see. I'm just gonna close my eyes so I can focus a little bit better and hold this space for all of us. And with that, take a few deep breaths through your nose and exhale through the mouth. And if I'm watching this with an open eye, you can see how I'm moving my body with each breath, right? So with the inhale, I make space. I lean back, open my chest, push my shoulders back. I even open my arms a little bit, like welcoming that beautiful fresh air. And with the exhale, I push it through. I help with my body, with my stomach, and I squeeze my chest, my shoulders, and I gently, softly show the way for the breath to leave my system. Beautiful. Just do this a few times. So inhale, welcome, and make space and open up. Hold it for a few seconds and then a long exhale. And again, just keep it out there for a few seconds. Again, inhale and play and move and use all the little parts of your body that you can. Keep it in and then exhale. Long, long, active exhale. And you keep the used energy outside for a while. Beautiful. Again, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And in the next few minutes, we're not going to do just this, nothing else. And the idea with this is to find your own space, your own rhythm, and dance just with the breath, okay? So inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And I invite you to move your arms above your head or behind your back. And make big circles if that feels good. Really just try to find your groove. Inhale, exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. Try to make it really beautiful. Your body knows exactly how to dance nicely to the air coming in and going out. Coming in and leaving your body. Beautiful. Now try to imagine that with every breath there's a certain energy that comes in. Try to feel into that energy. So don't decide with your mind what comes in. Rather try to feel. And maybe you associate a color or a smell or even a person with that energy. Feel with the exhale if this what comes in is warm or cold, refreshing, if it's something that is uplifting or rather grounding. And don't forget to exhale. Whatever needs to leave, you create the way for that. So again, try really to feel with the inhale, with this breath, with this fresh air, what is that wants to come into your and land in your body. And the next step, try to find out, try to feel. So when I say find out, don't think, just try to feel where in your body does this energy want to take place? Maybe it's your shoulder. Maybe it's a nice gentle cleansing of your heavy weight of your shoulders. Or maybe this is something that wants to cleanse your throat so you can speak more freely. Or maybe it is your head, which is full of thoughts. So then help with your hands, with your arms. Help this energy to find a place and move that energy. So if it wants to clean your head, then help it. Help it. Swoosh your hands in front of your eyes, your neck, above your shoulders. And maybe some of you will feel that a warm, nurturing energy. Maybe we're full of some beautiful wisdom wants to land in your heart. Open it. Open the heart. Move your whole upper body. If you want, you can stand up and move your whole body. Maybe actually you need that stability. You need that grounding by moving your feet or your legs, or maybe your pelvic, your hips. Beautiful. So again, inhale. As you take it in, maybe you would pause a little bit and then, yeah, it wants to come to my heart. So make space. If you move your hands in a spiraling, nice spiraling way, it will always help to regulate the energies, because this is exactly how energy moves, in spiral and spinning. So gentle, slow, big movements of spirals is helping in the regulation of the energy flow and helps in the integration. If you really want to get this energy coming in, to land in some place in your heart, in your hips, legs, shoulders, you can put your hands on there and all right, you belong here, you can stay here, this is your place now, you're welcome. And if you feel like you want to sit with this for a moment, maybe you will be able to now, not forcing the calmness, but now after all this moving, all this welcoming and cleansing and using the energies wisely. And if you also practice the exhale with intention, actively exhaling, blowing out what does not serve you anymore, then maybe you, by now you will feel the quiet. You will feel that you can enjoy the quiet, the calm, this interestingly rich kind of emptiness. And then just sit with it for a while. Enjoy and integrate all that beautiful energy that you just welcomed in your system, that you received. If you had specific areas where you received some healing, nurturing energy, maybe you want to send some love there. Again, use your body, use your hands. Beautiful extensions. You're not a tree. I mean, trees are beautiful, but you can actually move very fast and use that beautiful limbs and body parts to touch yourself, to remember this beautiful vessel belongs to your beautiful soul. I invite you to put one of your hands on your chest, on your heart area, and slowly come up with the other one. Try to find your center line and come up to your head, to the third eye or the crown. And enjoy this connection between the head and the heart. It is rooted in the heart. It grows out of the heart up to your head. And it comes down back to the heart. It's like a tree, like a willow tree, right? Goes up, and all those beautiful long branches are coming down again, right back to the ground. And the roots are all the way in the soil, growing longer, stronger. Let's do this one more time. So find your heart. See as your tree is rooting here, feel it, and take a nice long way up to your head. Gently press your palm on your head, either in the front or in the top, what feels better, to really feel that connection. And maybe you want to gently, very gently press both of your hands so you feel the heart and mind connection. And now with both hands, come up to your hand and on the back of your head, along your ears, and down your shoulders. It's like washing down. This is your vagus nerve that you're pampering, and you'll come back to your heart. And you come back to your heart. And you go all the way down to your chest, to your stomach, abdomen, and your hips, your legs, and if you can touch your feet and your toes, you know that this beautiful nervous system of yours is connecting everything here. Lovely. Do this last bit. So connecting the heart and the mind and feeling this willow tree growing up from the heart and again coming down with the branches as often as you can. And as you practice it more and more, it will be easier to activate this connection. And in a few weeks, it won't be necessary to do the whole practice. You put your hand on your heart and mind and head, and the connection is already there. And again, in a few weeks, you don't even have to put your hands there. You will just thinking about the tree is going to be enough to regulate your nervous system. So this is for today. If you feel like moving on more, maybe you even want to put a little music on, then I encourage you to do that. And let's close this practice with a few more conscious inhale and exhale. Thank you. Inhale. And when you exhale, you can say thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving yourself this beautiful treatment. And enjoy and do this as many times as you want and enjoy the move, enjoy the dancing. And maybe you end up like me in waking up in the middle of the night with something either very disturbing or just being there for you to work with, and you just learn to move it out of your system. Thank you. I wish you grounded, nice week with lots of gentle movements. And see you next week. Thank you. Take care.